Hey everyone, Renee Rivas here. I'm here to tell you about my newest original horror short film, Rejected, from Renee Rivas Productions.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
I was just sent a copy of a new horror parody titled Rejected, and I was asked to review it. As always, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So yeah, spoiler warning, this thing is legit. Let's get into it. Welcome back, I'm Sippin Ice, and this is a fun one. But firstly, have no fear, for this will be a spoiler-free review, because trust me when I say you will want to experience this one. The plot synopsis of Rejected is, an original short horror parody, 3 twisted tales of macabre horror unfold, all linked by an antiquated digital camera from 1997. The tales intertwine, creating a narrative that is both terrifying and hilariously absurd. And hilariously absurd it is. This is a short film that doesn't take itself too seriously, as it has fun while adding in some good scares and damn good practical effects along the way.
That's what I'm talking about!
Before we continue on, I have to praise SFX artists Rob Kabaski and Quinn Davis. I'm pretty sure I probably mispronounced something, because as you all know, I'm not the best at pronouncing names, so sorry about that if I did. But this team has put together some intense and crazy practical effects. If you are a longtime viewer of mine, then you will know how much I respect that, as practical is leaps and bounds more important than special effects and CGI is to me. Think about it too, even large massive corporations making certain comic book movies are getting bashed for having poor CGI. And going back to a small budget film, the CGI gets even worse because at the end of the day, they have much less money to work with when compared to said major corporations. Practical effects will always be top tier, and it's so refreshing to see another low budget team realize this. But don't get me wrong, there is some digital effects and some are good and others weren't my thing. But again, I'm a sucker for the practical, so that's just me. Now, for obvious reasons, I can't show you much, but here's one of the behind the scene images I was sent, just so you can get an idea of the level we are at gore-wise. Renee Rivas, the writer and director of the film, gave me an insight on how this specific piece was created. They informed me that they took a mannequin and used a Dremel bit to drill it out to produce a cavity in it, losing the shoulder and arm. And then they presented it to Quinn Davis, the team's second makeup effects artist, and he showcased his skills on the inside of it with the goopy insides that are displayed in that photo. That said level is pretty darn high up as well. Firstly, with how the practical effects look, and just how much gore there actually is in this. I was completely caught off guard when viewing it for the first time, and any gore fans, you'll be in luck, trust me. I think it is obvious that I really enjoyed those practical effects, but I also want to praise the rest of the team, as other aspects that stand out and thrive is the cinematography, sound design, and even the acting. The setting of the short film is the late 90s, and by God does it show.
Circa 1997.
It does a really swell job of capturing the time period, and as someone not even alive in the year 1997, I somehow find myself feeling nostalgic while watching, perhaps because of the massive dinosaur of a desktop PC. But everything down to the mouse cursor to the sound design had me feeling like it truly was the 90s. Which is funny because there's a specific scene in which they poke fun at the nature of old versus new, where they turn the tables around by calling the newer age tech ancient and the older generation the new up-to-date technology. Remember, it is a horror parody, so there's some jokes throughout, and this is one of the ones that got me to chuckle. Now, I won't lie, when I first originally heard the plot synopsis for this film, I didn't see it working. I mean, the short film is a short film. It's 15 minutes long, but has 3 different stories to tell. No way they can pull that off, right? Right? Wrong. The way Renee Rivas, an indie horror writer / director, had the story play out worked phenomenally.
Someone cooked here.
They were able to take 3 stories, play them out, and have an overarching story that connects them to a central theme. With that being said, out of the 3 stories, the second one was by far my favorite, with the third and the first one following behind respectively. Again, no spoilers, but the second one just features some great laughs, as well as plenty of holy craps, if you catch what I'm putting down. The film is currently beginning its film festival circuit, with 2 selections already confirmed. that being Oh Scares Los Angeles and H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival. With over 40 additional submissions on deck, the team, led by Rivas, worked for 2 solid years on this project, and it shows. Not only is it obvious they had fun making this, but with how everything turned out, it's also obvious how hard they worked. The film began its life as an Indiegogo project, with backers aiding the crew by donating the needed budget for things such as permits, props, actors, and more.
Oh my!
So not only was this a passion project, it was also them fulfilling a promise to those backers by providing them a fun, gore-filled horror parody. On their Indiegogo page, they sought to raise $5,000 to help with the production costs, and after the crowdfunding campaign had ended, with the help of their backers, they were able to raise $5,700, which, after processing and fees, ended up being around $4,600. Renee Rivas themselves added an additional $3,000 to $5,000 of their own money into the project, and a total of approximately $10,000 was put into post-production. So it really is a low-budget passion project with a dedicated team and backers, with a budget in the ballpark of $17,000 to $20,000. I personally would have to rate Rejected a solid 8.7 out of 10. The first minute or so is used to dial you into the world that they are building, and it doesn't take very long for the action to begin, with the 3 stories playing an integral role that feels fresh and exciting. If you would like to stay up to date with updates regarding this film, make sure to subscribe to Renee Rivas Productions. Their channel will be linked in the description below, and hey, while you're down there, you might as well check out my review of Scream 4. But with all that being said, are you excited for Rejected? As for me, it's no longer rejected, but accepted. Okay, yeah, stupid pun, but let me have my fun, okay? As always, stay chill, and I will see you next time.